Welcome back to We Care Weekly. I am your host, Zoe Lozier with Community Renewal of Pottawatomie County, and this is my co-host, Danielle Mason-Rains with Gateway to Prevention and Recovery. Say hi, Danielle. Danielle, we so appreciate you joining us from your maternity leave. So great that you're able to sit here with us, and we look forward to getting you back full-time in the office. This is We Care Weekly, the weekly-ish show spotlighting caring in our community. If you have a caring story from your neighborhood, from your school, from your faith community, or your business, we'd love to hear about it. You can just submit that, or you can click for details in the description of this video, and you can submit your caring story there as well. This week's first caring story comes from Mr. Timmy Young. Timmy, what are you going to tell us about?
Good afternoon. I'm Timmy Young. I want to share with you my experiences of Shawnee, Oklahoma. And what is it that I love about Shawnee so much? Well, one thing I love about it is that it's a small town. And no matter where you go, you're going to run into people that you know from either from school or from other civic events and churches and so forth. Everyone's friendly. Well, I shouldn't say everyone, but the majority of people are friendly. I love that. You know, to get a greeting smile as you walk past somebody. There's always somebody who's ready to share a conversation with you or share an old story. But I also love the fact that we have Life Church that is there. It's made a difference in the community. Community Renewal has made another difference in the community. So has Blue Zones. But for these reasons, I really love Shawnee. I can pedal around on my scooter or ride my bicycle or just out for a walk, but definitely enjoy it. But another great thing that we have is an interactive police department, it's fire department. They get involved in our community and they care. That's why I love Shawnee.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, Timmy. I think he just made so many good points. And, you know, one of the things I also love about Shawnee is that we are, you know, a smallish community. But there are so many caring resources. I mean, you know, we're sitting here talking with Community Renewal and Gateway to Prevention and Recovery to start with. But then we have so many other wonderful resources for folks in our community, including, yes, the police department and the fire department. Community Renewal actually works very closely with our Shawnee Police Department to help reduce crime in neighborhoods. And if you're interested in joining a neighborhood watch program, Community Renewal is actually the official neighborhood watch resource for Shawnee Police Department, and we would love to visit with you about that. Our next caring story comes from Tom Dahlman at Emmanuel Episcopal. Hi, Tom. Go.
Hi, my name is Tom Dahlman, and I love Community Renewal, and I want to tell you a great story about our youth and family minister, Beth Canaday. She's also a block leader for Community Renewal, and we had this lady named Sheila who was staying at the Salvation Army. She had lost her home in a couple towns over, and she was coming to the church in the day to hang out, get lunch. We made friends, and Beth made friends with Sheila. And Beth started asking her questions about how did she get into this situation? You know, what caused it? And then Beth hooked her up with an advocate. They got her into senior housing. And now she's gone from being homeless and on the streets here in Shawnee to being a member of our congregation and having a place to live that's stable. And now she's doing stuff like cooking lunches here for the other homeless. So it's a good story of how Community Renewal and the efforts of our community can change the world for the better.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tom. I get asked every once in a while, you know, what Community Renewal is specifically doing for our friends who are experiencing homeless downtown and or across our community. Homelessness is not limited to a geographic area. And I say that's where relationships come in. Is Beth's story is exactly it. When we have these healthy, flourishing relationships, we can provide what's called social capital. And social capital is just basically the term that means the value of our relationships. And they can provide us so many means for our own success. And I'm just so grateful to organizations who are working with our friends who are experiencing homelessness, especially considering the weather we had last month. And what that means for our community. And then again, great partners like the Salvation Army. I know that there have been some city initiatives as well. Speaking of the city, I want to pop over to our segment, The Mayor's Corner, and hear from Mayor Ed Bolts. What's going on, Ed?
Hi, friends. 2020 was really a weird year, and there was a lot of things that we wanted to do that we didn't get to do, but hopefully 2021 is going to be a lot better. And let me tell you, I think by the second half of this year we're going to be able to do all kinds of things that we wanted to do that we weren't able to. As soon as I was elected mayor, there was a lot of things that I wanted to get done, and one of the things I really wanted to do was to get together with lots of folks across Shawnee and meet lots of new people and listen to them and see what their concerns were and see what I could do to make Shawnee the best possible place for everybody to live. And I didn't get to do that. So I'm really hoping by the second half of 2021, it's going to be a lot safer for all of us to get together. And I'm going to be able to just let people know that, hey, I'm down at this coffee shop, or I'm at this park, or, let's get together and let's talk. And I can listen to what they have to say and see what we can get done to make things look more the way they want to look it to be. And then, I can also let them know, things that I know about because I am mayor and I know certain things that are going on, and let them know, because there's lots of bad information that floats around on social media and other places, and they get a lot of information that's just not true. And I want to do everything I can to make sure they really know what's going on and help all that I can. So that's something I'm really looking forward to in 2021 is getting together with people and doing what I can to help out.
Yeah, thanks, Ed. I think you make such a good point about the power of social media. And something that I think it's important to note here is that not only are our physical neighbors important, the people who live around us that we see on a regular basis, say the 5 to 50 people that live nearest us, but also our online neighbors are really important, whether they be from our distant past or future friends. It's really important to consider the way that we are treating and loving our online neighbors through our words that we post, the ways that we comment. I think it's just important to keep in mind that even though we can't physically experience the reaction of the person on the other side of the screen, that there is a person there most of the time. Sometimes it's just a robot, but I think if it's someone in the community, chances are it's a real human. So just keeping in mind that when we talk about loving our neighbors, that goes for our online neighbors too. And I appreciate Ed for bringing that up. So Danielle, do you want to close us out with today's wellness research? Okay, I will be happy to do that for you. In all honesty, Danielle should be back next episode, and I am very excited. As much as I love our Danielle as she is right now, I look forward to human Danielle coming back. Okay, so one of the most groundbreaking research recently that connects wellness and relationships is a meta-study done by a couple of researchers. Excuse me. So a meta-study means a study of studies. So they looked at all these different medical studies, and they found that living with air pollution increased your odds of dying early by 5%. Living with obesity increased your odds of dying early by 20%. Excessive drinking increased your odds of dying early by 30%. And living with loneliness increased your odds of dying early by 45%. Isn't that amazing? There have been other more recent studies that also agree with this research, one of them being the Harvard longevity study. But if you look at a lot of these longevity studies, they'll point to relationships being a primary indicator of wellness. So really, really important to think about having healthy relationships, both in real life and online. If you have any questions about being connected to the community, Community Renewal would love to help you with that. Gateway to Prevention and Recovery is a wonderful place to be connected in our community. And I know that most of the organizations that we work with, from Community Market to Legacy Parenting, all believe in the power of relationships to help each other succeed, how to come alongside one another in community. If you have a caring story that you would like to share on We Care Weekly, we would love to hear it. Look at that cute face. We would love to hear it. There is a link in the description of this video. I'm trying, you guys. No, Danielle. No. Here you go. There is a link in the description of this video that will give you more details about submitting your caring video, as well as where you can submit it. Also, if you are interested in being a We Care business, we would love to have you on board. That just means every Wednesday for We Care Wednesday, if you have a customer who walks in wearing Community Renewal swag, whether it be a shirt or a mask or a pin, that you offer a discount, some kind of special service, something like that. You get to determine what that is, but we'd love you to have you participate in that. Again, there are more details in the description of the video, so you just click that link. You can get your details there, as well as fill out your business specifics. Okay, great. Thank you so much for joining us this week on We Care Weekly. We look forward to seeing you next time for this weekly-ish video series, and we hope you have an awesome, awesome day.